Good afternoon, Knights. Thanks for joining us. I'm Adriana Arcomone, and today is Tuesday, April 4th, 2023. Here's your nightly news update. Recent data released by the CDC shows that Orlando was ranked one of the top cities for STDs in the nation. Nightly news reporter Kayla Ayala has more on the story.
According to a 2022 report by the CDC, Orlando was ranked number 53 out of the top 100 U.S. cities with the highest number of STD infections. Monday, the UCF LGBTQ+ services hosted a sexual education Jeopardy game to kick off Sexual Wellness Week here at UCF. STDs are entirely preventable, yet research shows at least 1 in 4 college students has one. Members of the LGBTQ+ community are especially at high risk. At the event, they provided students with information about safe sex practices, as well as both on and off-campus resources.
Maybe if they don't want to do anything on campus because it could go with perhaps parents finding out, or maybe they just feel safer going to an off-campus location, something more discreet or anonymous if they're able to do that having those options there is really important.
Local HIV clinic Hope and Help was tabling at the event. DOH Prevention Program Manager Vari Velez Gonzalez said the organization's goal at events like these is breaking the stigma surrounding STDs.
One of the things that we're trying to do is really fight the stigma, not just around HIV, but also around all STIs, because people live in fear, people live in denial. They don't want to recognize that this is something that is here, and it's been going on since the ancient world.
Students can find free condoms in several locations throughout campus, such as in student union bathrooms and Pride Commons. Free HIV testing is also available through the Wellness and Health Promotion Services. In Orlando, Kayla Ayala, UCF Nightly News.
For a full list of events, you can check out the LGBTQ+ Services Instagram page at LGBTQ+ Services_UCF. Ron DeSantis proposed a prescribed freedom bill which would affect schools and businesses around the United States. Nightly news reporter Maitan Aru investigated how this would affect the UCF community.
The Prescribed Freedom Bill was proposed earlier this year by Governor Ron DeSantis to stop discrimination against COVID-19 status. Bill states that this would permanently prohibit COVID-19 passports in Florida, COVID-19 vaccines, and mask requirements in all Florida schools and businesses, and no firing or hiring based on mRNA jabs. UCF political science professor Aubrey Jewett explains how this bill would work.
A lot of the sections that are about COVID are the ones that would make permanent things that the legislature's already passed or the governor already did by executive order. But in both those cases, there were time limits on them. Colleges
with majority population, especially a college as large as UCF with a population of approximately 60,000 students, will be affected if this law passes. Although this law just applies to COVID, Jewett points out critics saying that this can lead to having all vaccines be optional for students.
Some critics of the bill suggesting that, well, it might not be what you intend for this bill, but that's the road that we're going down.
This law could not allow colleges like UCF to require immunization forms. As of now, UCF requires every student to have proof of 2 doses of measles, 1 dose of rubella given after their first birthday, and 2 doses 30 days after, 3 doses of hepatitis B, and the meningitis vaccine after 16 years old. Pre-med student Alisa Arroyo explains how vaccines help large groups such as the UCF population.
It will help with the immunity herd.
When asked to comment, the UCF College of Medicine declined to answer. In Orlando, Maitan Aru, UCF Nightly News.
This law keeps Governor DeSantis' promise to ensure COVID freedoms are working in the state of Florida. This law still has not been put into place. Florida is known for its immense traffic, especially in the Orlando area. One intersection had reports of major congestion, prompting officials to take action with the pedestrian bridge. Nightly news reporter Maitan Aru shows us how this new improvement will improve traffic, especially for UCF students that commute.
Estefania Salerno, a UCF student, encounters this on her commute to work and school.
I experience the congestion every day.
According to Orange County, the goal of the pedestrian bridge are to improve pedestrian safety and traffic in this intersection. Professor Hatem Abusena explains how this bridge will help with efficiency.
When you have vehicles, pedestrians, bicyclists, So when you take one of these modes out of the equation, it will definitely help with efficiency.
The roads are severely congested, which makes the traffic flow worse and dangerous to drivers. Professor Abu Sena says approximately 60,000 cars pass through this intersection a day, making it very busy. This congestion also makes it a problem for UCF student Luciano Lembo, who passes International Drive when coming to Rosen campus.
It impacts me in a way that if I leave 20 minutes before class, I'm late.
The plan for this pedestrian overhead pass not only helps with congestion on this road, but pedestrian safety. One of the project goals is listed to provide pedestrians with safe crossing on all 4 intersection corners. Professor Abu Sena explains the main danger pedestrians face when crossing.
So usually the conflict with crossing pedestrians is the right-turning vehicles.
In Orlando, Maitana Rue, UCF Nightly News.
This is an ambitious project that Professor Hatim Abu Siena says will cost approximately $25 million, according to the Orange County. This project is expected to be finalized by the end of spring. The UCF football team went through position battles on special teams throughout spring practice last week with a greater focus in its tight ends. UCF Knightly news reporter Grant Wheeler shares more with the team's progress as the spring game comes closer.
In its second week of spring practice, the UCF football team went through many drills and evaluating position groups on special teams, such as the kicking unit. Rising sophomore kicker Colton Boomer, who was the starter for the Knights this past season, is dealing with a sprained ankle. UCF tight ends coach and special teams coordinator Brian Blackman says he's not concerned about the starting kicker's injury and says it will create more competition among the other kickers on the roster.
With Colton being out, everybody's comfortable with Colton. We all know what Colton's capable of. I mean, he came in last year and immediately made an impact on our football team. So I look at this as a blessing. I think it's an opportunity for Riker Casey, for Grant Reddick to get live reps, maybe some reps that they wouldn't have gotten.
Blackman also says the spring season is the best time for players to get many reps, especially with many of the offensive players like his tight ends playing under a new playbook. Here I am standing right in front of the UCF football practice fields, where the offense is having to learn a brand new system under first-year offensive coordinator Darren Henshaw. Rising sixth-year senior tight end Alec Holler says he's excited to play in a more downfield offensive system under Henshaw.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely really cool, like pushing the ball downfield and everything like that. And he played for Coach Kruzak, who I played for in high school. So this offense is like very similar, just a lot of different terminology, but very similar to what I did in high school.
The Knights will continue to adapt to the new playbooks and focus on constant repetitions with its younger players in various position groups as the team prepares for its annual spring game on Friday, April 14th. In Orlando, Grant Wheeler, UCF Nightly News.
Despite the team dealing with important injuries and having to learn new plays, the Knights are confident with the progress they've made in the first 2 weeks of the spring season. Kickoff for the spring game is presented by Night Pass and is set for 6:30 p.m. on Friday, April 14th at FBC Mortgage Stadium. Now let's take a look at today's weather forecast. Today's high is 89 degrees with sunny skies and a 24% chance of rain. Tonight the low is a chilly 69 degrees with a 12% chance of rain. Perfect day for a walk in Lake Eola or a day in the pool. Tomorrow's high is 89 degrees with partly sunny skies and a 10% chance of rain. Florida's temperatures are getting warmer, so get ready for more sunscreen and beach days. That's all the time we have for now. Make sure to keep up with all that's happening throughout the week by following us on Instagram at UCF Knightly News, and check back here tomorrow for another Nightly News update. I'm Adriana Arcomone. Thanks for watching and have a great day.